Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a Lexus RX 450 hybrid, and it's the Premier model. 2013 registered car with 65,000 miles on the clock. Finished in white, which always looks good on these cars, especially with the rails and the privacy glass. Car's in very nice condition. Come around the front first. Lights and lenses are clear and intact. There's no cracks or condensation there. Bonnet, can't see any obvious stone chips at all. Incredibly clean. Near side, lovely and smooth in the panel work. Really crisp and clean there. On the back, rear quarters and bumper corner, very clean. All generally very good. Offside the car, back driver's side, again very smooth in the panels. Very clean car. There's going to be, obviously it's 11 years old, so there will be the odd minor mark somewhere in the car, but in all honesty it's been kept beautifully. Let's come into the boot area. Absolutely huge boots, and as you expect of Lexus, beautifully finished. It's been kept in lovely condition. Let's come to the back of the car now. Full black leather interior. Lots of room in the back of the car. It really is a lovely place for 4 or 5 people to sit. Let's come to the front and the passenger side. Get the whole car very nice and clean. Passenger seat itself, very nice condition there. Let's finally in on the driver's side. Again, dual card, very clean. Same with the footwell areas. Driver's seat itself, for a car of its age and mileage, very good condition. So inside the car now, as always the engine's running, so the dash is illuminated. It's lovely interior. Sat nav, as you can see, working exactly as it should. We've got the car into reverse and rear parking camera likewise. Carrying on down, and just beautifully finished. Mark Levinson stereo, heated and cooled seats, that's been kept beautifully. And coming up to the dash binnacle, hopefully you can see 65,881 miles, and the only light on is for low fuel, which a bit of fuel will extinguish that, but it's been kept really nicely in here. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Lexus RX 450 hybrid, and it's the Premier model. Car's registered GU13UKM, and mileage at the start of the road test is 65,881. The reason we do all of our videos, and as I always say, especially this bit, the road test section, is to ensure that if anyone's online looking at any of our cars, they get to see the very car advertised actually in operation. We've always felt it important, purely because if, it can be hugely frustrating to just, drive somewhere for miles to find out it's actually got an obvious fault that, wasn't disclosed before you set off. So that's what we do. Also done on these very quiet country roads. It's beautiful part of Gloucestershire. This actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and the hope is, of course, it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself if offered a test drive in the car. So coming to the car, as I always do, just go through the usual items one by one. Press the start button, engine whirs into life via the hybrid system. These are now commonly referred to as self-charging hybrids. Basically, you just drive, own and run the car like a normal petrol car. There's no plugging in, there's no battery going to go flat on you to stop you getting anywhere. You're just going to stand at a petrol pump rather smugly for a couple of minutes and then be on your way again. What is very clever, of course, is just how this all comes together. Lexus are simply genius at this kind of thing. The interaction between the hybrid and engine and battery only on the move is all but seamless. It's absolutely incredible. It's very refined. Worth pointing out, on the dashboard, no warning lights related to the engine or any other part of the car for that matter. Temperature gauge running at just over third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Lexus vehicle. It is a very refined car, this. the engine. When you do put your foot down, you're greeted with that lovely V6 noise, but it's muted. It's not, annoyingly loud in any way, but when it does make itself heard, it is a very pleasant noise indeed. Engine then feeds through into the CVT gearbox, automatic. It's a lovely companion for the car. It just means that all of your driving, this sort of seamless theme continues because there is no gear change to feel. So what tends to bowl people over with these cars has always been the same. When you come to stop-start traffic, manoeuvring, it's just that there's no clunks, thuds, anything where the car's getting indecisive between wanting to be in first or second, which happens with lots of conventional gearboxes. This sort of whirs silently, generally in electric mode at low speed, and is serene, absolutely serene. Gearbox, like the engine and the hybrid system, is incredibly tough and reliable over enormous mileages, and all operating perfectly. So coming to the steering and chassis of the car, the car is it's a luxury car, so it's set up to be soft, compliant, comfortable. Steering is there to sort of guide you through the corners with accuracy, which it does. It's nicely weighted. It's got a bit of heft to it, which I really like in a power steering system. But it is very accurate, and there was no suggesting for a second this is sporty, because it is not, clearly. But what it does, the design criteria, it does brilliantly. It's cosseting, it's smooth, the ride is absolutely wonderfully comfortable. Yet when you do go through corners, it manages very well. I used one of these, this exact model actually, last summer on a holiday up to North Wales, and it was very, very capable through some challenging roads. You go through corners like this, not a lot of body roll, it just remains composed and compliant all the way around. No clonks, no rattles from underneath the car at all, by the way, and the brakes in the vehicle are absolutely excellent, powerful, no pulsing, no vibrations going back through the brake pedal. It's all in very, very fine order. Inside the car, first thing you notice is this is real world build quality. These are superbly manufactured cars, and a lovely place to sit. You've got a multitude of adjustments for the seats, of course, but the natural frame of the seat is very comfortable indeed over, again, huge mileages. The architecture of the dashboard, very nicely done, and it's a very easy car to jump in and drive, even though it's got a lot of equipment. It's not one of those who get in and sort of scratch your head for 10 minutes trying to work out how to do things. Lexus are quite clever in not alienating people who might not be sort of technically savvy. The main architecture of the dashboard, you've got the sat-nav screen up high, recessed in deeply, so you don't get a lot of glare from on the screen on sort of low sun. You've also got a menu here with a little sort of mouse pad, which when I first used it, I thought, because I'd come from the old RX 400s, I was kind of, oh crikey, this is all very high tech, and how does this operate? Within a couple of days, actually, it's really easy and very nice to use. But what I do like is the fact that even though you've got the nav, you've got various menus, you've got the hybrid system you can look at as you're driving along, but also you can do your climate control through the screen, but you don't have to, because you've got separate buttons here for it, which I think is an absolute must on any car, and I can't abide the modern way of having to use screens just to do the most basic of functions. All operating and working perfectly. The Mark Levinson sound system, by the way, if you like your music, you will love it. It is absolutely fantastic. The sound reproduction, especially in a car as quiet as this, is truly extraordinary, because it's not trying to fight a lot of background noise. Even at speed, you can hear it very clearly in the finer details of the music. Coming to the main dash binnacle in front, lovely backlighting, soft sort of bluey purple in the background, crisp, beautifully displayed dials, as Lexus always do. They do this brilliantly. Then you've got this lovely leather-bound steering wheel, what you can't see on camera but is displayed to me currently, you've got a heads-up display on this Premier model, which I'm looking at now. So I've got speed down here, but digital speed displayed up there, which is very, very nice. Actually works wonderfully well. You know, a couple of days in the car, again, you just get used to just glancing at it as you're driving along. But a fabulous car, absolutely fabulous car. These are, I've owned a few of these over the years and loved each and every one. And I can't fault this. Drives absolutely beautifully.